changing. As words become increasingly weaponized and politicized in our community and in our country, sometimes it's easier not to listen. But charitable listening is an act of generosity, a sign of respect.
Just listen.
When we listen actively, we surrender our own assumptions and notions to make space for the ideas of another. In times of turmoil,
just listen.
Listening is the only way forward. Thank you for listening to KBLA Talk 1580. Talk 1580. Talk 1580. Talk 1580.
Listen.
Ain't no back and forth, ain't no left or right. I got King's disease, but I move like a knight.
What?
Rappers bandwagon trying to get some light.
That's right.
I do it for the fam, never for the hype.
Come on.
When you turn a legend, no such thing as relevance. They must have forgot that I'm a new rapper that got integrity. All in the media and blogs, that's a place I don't care to be. Most of these wouldn't say they was ahead of me.
No back and forth, I did it back then, I do it right now. I open a lane for my era, I'm goated, they gave me the crown. Go with all the success, from negative press, I'm watching it pow. They saying that black music dying, I'm saying they right on the south. But look at me now, damn y'all, look at me now. Whatever I do is in why, I'm keeping it Queens, cause that's my side. I shook up the town, I shook up the city, I shook up the state. I went 21 on my second run, with age. It's a conversation, it's determination, your interpretation. I just shocked the nation. Did my tour with the Woo, I came back and I set the pace. They just ran in, one of my cribs and took what I replaced it. Two Caucasians, so part of their faces. Most of y'all assume that they was black as exploitation. They know that I see everything invested in ring. It's cool to be mainstream, I'd rather be timeless. That's if we keep it in P. 21.
Checking out the Danny Morrison Show, KBLA Talk 1580. You're probably a little startled by the two people that are on that song because we have discussed that inside the Rob Report a few days ago. There's an update on that story. So, Andy, let's jump right to the Rob Report. Let's go. Come on.
Ready?
Come on.
It's the queen of royal badness.
It's time for the Rob Report with Robin Ayers.
Highlighting people and things you should know about.
From entrepreneurs and entertainers to money and meditation.
Robin's got you covered.
Get out of here.
Follow Robin at Robin Ayers. You're listening to the Rob Report on the Danny Morrison Show on KBLA Talk 1580. Robin's got a lot to talk about.
Yep, that was Nas and 21 Savage. And if it wasn't clear, there was a whole lot of beef and a lot of talk going on about what 21 Savage had said. He was on, I think, Clubhouse, where he was in a discussion and somehow they were talking about hip hop, or the old guys, the older, hip hop artists. But they mentioned Nas and he said that he was not relevant anymore. He was, irrelevant, which how can Nas ever be irrelevant? Even if he doesn't have music currently out right now, which he does, but even if he didn't, the mere fact that they were talking about Nas makes him relevant, right? He's always going to be in the conversation, and to many people, he's going to be in at least the top 5 to a lot of people. So what I love, this made me respect them more. Actually, immediately 21 Savage went on to talk about how he didn't mean any disrespect and, all of that. He tried to clean it up, right? But I guess behind closed doors, they really did clean it up and they squashed whatever beef. But it makes me respect Nas and 21 Savage a lot more. They dropped a song together tonight called One Mic, One Gun. And if you know, all I need is one mic. I thought it was brilliant. But Nas wrote on his Instagram, he said, "The only way we moving is with love, respect, and unity. The foundational principles of hip hop. Excited to collaborate with my young brother, and I hope more artists use turbulent moments and turn them into a time to make new art." That's what it's about.
Andy, if you don't give that applause,
that is amazing.
Right now.
That is amazing.
That is the essence of what we talk about on this show all the time.
Absolutely. If we can have more of that, more, unity, and turning what I love what he said, a turbulent moment into something better. This is what this whole thing is about, just turning it into something great. But I would like to know, we've had some classic beefs in the past. Who would you like to get on a song together, drop a song together?
It's got to be Nicki Cardi, doesn't it?
Okay. But, okay.
I think that would clean up a lot of beef. I think, you know how I feel about Nicki. I think that she is, she's got beef with like 10 different artists right now.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think most of them are the female rappers, though. If Nicki comes out and goes, Cardi, get on this track, or remake Lady Marmalade with all of today's female rappers. How about that?
That's big. That would be a big deal.
You could do that today.
Yeah.
Nicki ain't gonna do it.
Yeah.
But that would be great.
Yeah, they were on a song together. What was the song that Nicki and Cardi were on? But it was, I think, with, was it Migos on the song? Motorsport.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it was funny because this is a me thing. This is not a Nicki Minaj thing, but this is a me thing and how I took it. When Nicki was, she was rapping, she kept using words like party and whatever, and you thought that she was going to rhyme it with Cardi, right? I mean, it only made sense. I thought, like, you're on the song, and I almost felt like, did you intentionally do that to keep the fans of the song thinking that you were about to promote Cardi B on the same song, and then she just completely never said her name? She used all these arty words. I was just like, that was kind of in my opinion, again, that's a me thing. She probably, I don't know if she thought about that at all.
I think you're right.
Could be.
She was subbing her the whole verse.
Could be. Yeah. I mean, she even shouted out Black China. She had her in the video. I mean, it was a whole thing, but I think that's a good one. Cardi B, Nicki Minaj. What about, like, who was what was the big LL?
The Cannabis one was big, but Cannabis wasn't big.
Right, Cannabis wasn't big, but Cannabis is incredible as an artist as well. Incredible as an artist.
I think the biggest one LL had was probably Kumo D.
That's just.
That was too old school.
It's too old. Yeah,
you want
it's too
something
old
current.
School. Kind of, but something that's memorable as well. I mean, people who love hip hop and who are like of an older generation, something that we'll all remember.
How about Kanye and black people? How about, because that beef is that beef is out.
Can we get that dropped tonight, please? That would be, yeah. Let's go ahead and do that.
How about Kanye, Big Sean?
Was their beef big enough? I mean, and then it doesn't make sense because Kanye put Sean on.
He said Big Sean was the biggest mistake of his career.
He did, but that didn't go. I mean, that was a moment, but I don't think that was a significant beef.
Kanye, Jay-Z, you know they beefing right now.
Are they?
All because of Kanye.
Okay, well, let's get off of Kanye. I want to. Let's think about somebody else.
50 and Ja.
Who?
50 and Ja Rule.
I think that beef is over. I thought they squashed that.
Did they?
No.
I don't think that their beef has ever been squashed. 50 and Ja Rule, that's actually a pretty good one. That's pretty decent. I like that.
But 50's doing big things, and Ja Rule is worth, $20 on the sandwich. That beef is over.
First of all,
beef is over.
First of all, put some respect on Ja Rule's name. He's very, very talented.
He got hits.
He's very talented.
He got
and
hits.
Some would say, especially if you watch that the Murder Inc.
How about that?
The Murder Inc. documentary, some would say that he lit a fire kind of under 50, and then 50 kind of did his thing. He took off. I don't know. Let's think about it though. Who would we like to see? I'd be interested if you know someone too. If you have an idea of who you think would be a great who used to beef with each other and who would be on a great song together.
How about 50 and The Game?
That would be great. Everybody would love that. Hip hop in general, I think, would love that. You said that you want to go to Africa.
I do.
All right.
Dominique Dupree, if you're listening right now, I know you're going.
She's already mentioned that, so definitely go to Dominique's page. I think she's put it on her page as well. But also, if you are ever interested in going to Ghana, it's a little late in the game because we're talking about this holiday season. But Chance the Rapper and Vic Mensa, who also do a lot of things together, and I love what they do together. They do a lot of community things, and they help a lot of black people. Clearly, they're doing something here with a festival. It's going to be a music festival in Ghana, and they've partnered with United Airlines to make travel to Ghana more accessible for people. And I think that's really, really cool. It's called the Black Star Line Festival. This holiday season is actually January 6th of next year. Here's the thing. From December 15th to January 17th, you can go to United Airlines and you could get 5 to 10% discount. Nice. That's not a lot, though. I mean, but it is a lot if you take the bulk of what you're paying. I mean, the more you pay and you say 5 to 10% on that, I mean, that's a decent amount that you're saving.
It is. When you talk about plane tickets, could be upwards of $1,500 sometimes round trip.
Exactly.
10% is a lot of money.
10% could be a lot of money.
Fly Frontier. You don't want to do that. You heard the Rob report last night. You don't want to do that.
Buy Frontier. First of all, Frontier ain't going to Ghana. They not going to Ghana.
You'll be in Ghana if you fly Frontier. I'm just saying. You better be careful. I'm just saying.
Even if they did offer those flights, I'm not going on Frontier.
Could you
That's
imagine?
Funny. That's funny.
Could you imagine going to Ghana on Frontier?
Oh my goodness, you'd be in so much pain by the time you arrived.
It's over.
You'd be like, you'd be stiff and. Okay, let me not knock them. I mean, people fly Frontier, and I say go for it. Go for it. Nationally, if you take like a little 4 or 5 hour trip, go ahead and do your thing.
I'm trying to think if there's ever a time where I scheduled a flight for the next day. I don't think so. You have.
I don't think I have.
I thought that one trip that you took, I don't want to mention it, but to do that one thing.
Would I do that one thing? What? Oh, no, that wasn't the next day.
Okay, I thought that was the next day thing.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No. I don't think I've ever done that. That takes a lot of spontaneity, and it takes freedom and flexibility, which I think is cool. If you don't know what we're talking about, yesterday we mentioned how the Frontier Airlines, they have a package where it's $7.99 for the whole year. It's a pass. You can buy an $800 pass, basically, where you can fly all you want, but you have to book your flight the day before.
Crazy.
Which is insane to me. If you want to go international, you can book it 10 days in advance. But either way, I'm not doing it. And if you want to go to Ghana, go to United Airlines. That's the thing about it.
And go to DePrima Radio and check out Dominique DePrima. She's going, I think, the summer.
I don't know, but definitely in 2023.
I'm trying to go.
It would be amazing. She goes every year. I think that would be amazing. Yeah. I would love to go. Tory Lanez trial is starting. I think everybody's kind of been on pins and needles waiting for this. Obviously, there's so much back and forth that's going on with him and Megan Thee Stallion. Of course, you already know he allegedly shot her in the feet. But after the trial, I guess we'll wait and see what happens. But it's underway right now, so I couldn't imagine being a juror on that trial. I couldn't imagine it.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
If he's cleared of all charges, do we accept him back in our good graces? It seems like he's going to be tagged with that for the rest of his career, and that's unfair.
He could be. I think, unfortunately. Fortunately or unfortunately, I think people have already sort of moved on. But this is the nature of the business. This is the nature of like entertainment, the entertainment world and all of that stuff. It's just people move on so quickly. I mean, we don't even have a decision yet. But when that happened, they talked about it for a while and then people move on. It's just what happens.
Well,
think Will Smith and Chris Rock. I mean, people move on.
But people don't move on with Chris Brown. That's the reason I bring it up.
But see, again, my thought is that that's our narrative. I think people, and first of all, I don't even really hear that when it comes to Chris Brown anymore. When people talk Chris Brown, they're always talking about the GOAT. They're always talking about the best performer. They're always the whole comparison to Michael Jackson and all of that. I don't ever hear people talking about his past with Rihanna. I don't ever hear that people talking about that narrative anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just me. That's just me. Well, that's just me.
That's mine. Don't do that.
When we come forward, we still have some business news to talk about. Actually, these ones today are a little interesting to me, but I'll fill you in on why it's interesting me when we come forward. It's KBLA Talk 1580. Stay right there.
From Bakersfield to Los Angeles. From middays to nighttime. Like George and Wheezy, Danny Morrison is moving on up at KBLA Talk 1580.
Congratulations to this week's KBLA Talk 1580 Office of the Week, LA County Department of Children and Family Services. LA County Department of Children and Family Services promotes child safety and well-being by partnering with communities to strengthen family. Congratulations, LA County DCFS.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I'm asking about Prevnar 20 because there's a chance pneumococcal pneumonia could put me in the hospital.
Age 65 or older, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I want to be able to keep my plans.
So I'm asking my doctor about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
The Los Angeles Urban League helps African American and others in underserved communities achieve true social parity, economic self-reliance, and civil rights. For over 100 years, Los Angeles Urban League has ensured our communities have access to careers with living wages, opportunities to start and grow businesses, and clear pathways to personal and professional growth. Programs like BizCamp, Construction Career Academy, Bob Business Ready, and B-Warp. The Black Wealth Attainment and Retention Program are examples of the ongoing events designed to make our centennial mission to rebuild Black Wall Street right here in LA a reality. To sign up for our newsletter or to support the Los Angeles Urban League with your time, talent, and donations, visit laul.org. That's laul.org. The Los Angeles Urban League is a proud sponsor of Urban Family Focus, Saturdays at 7 a.m. on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580.
The thrill of victory. The thrill of victory. Thrill of victory.
KBLA Talk 1580 wishes to congratulate Mayor-elect Karen Bass on her historic win as the first woman and only second African-American to serve as Chief Executive of the City of Los Angeles.
Congratulations, Mayor-elect Bass, and welcome back to Unapologetically Progressive KBLA Talk 1580.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me on the show, and this is my very first interview, and I am proud that it's here.
We are proud to have you here. What do you want to say to the listeners of KBLA Talk 1580?
I want to say thank you from just, I'm just full of the love that I felt every place I went in the community. And I just want the listeners to know that I promise you I won't disappoint you. I will be accessible. I will never forget where I'm from and understand that that is my primary motivation.
Congratulations, Mayor-elect Karen Bass, holding all leaders accountable to you.
No matter who you voted for, no matter who you are or where you live, I will be a mayor for you.
We're KBLA Talk 1580. Talk 1580. Talk 1580. And we don't black down. We've got a lot to talk about. Real talk, real time, the gospel truth. You're listening to the Danny Morrison Show on KBLA Talk 1580.
And you are also listening to the Rob Report right now. What's going on, Quinn?
Business and news. Oh my goodness. So that huge thing that we were talking about with Balenciaga.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, they were just lit up. Twitter, Black Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, celebrities, Candace Owens. I didn't include her in the celebrities, but
she's right by the way.
She let Kim have it. Okay, so Balenciaga, let's fill you in if you don't remember. They put out a couple of ads, a couple of campaigns rather, with children dressed in the children were dressed normally, but they were holding teddy bears that were in bondage outfits. People were in an uproar. There was also a photo where I think there was some sort of Balenciaga product that was laying on top of some paperwork that had some sort of reference to kiddie porn. Well, people were very, very upset by it, obviously, for obvious reasons. But because Kim Kardashian has a huge tie to Balenciaga, people were after her, like, are you going to speak up and say anything about it? She finally did, but she was sort of, what do you call it? Like, on the fence. I mean, she was being very politically correct about her answer.
She didn't want to mess up the bag. I mean, she was saying that she was, what did she say? She said, I'm taking a closer look at it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's about the bag with Kim.
You don't think that's about the bag?
Kim is
She's
uber.
a billionaire.
Yeah, she is uber rich. She has money over fist. What do you call it? She has uber money. Kim, I don't think it's about the bag. I think that, first of all, Kim waited so long to get into the fashion game of that level, of that magnitude. When she started dating Kanye, and then obviously they got married, he sort of introduced her to that world. Now that she secured those partnerships and she's even walking in, I don't think it was Balenciaga, I forgot who she walked for in their fashion show in Paris. It's like she's finally there. I don't know that she wants to give up necessarily these partnerships that she has, and Balenciaga is a huge one. But Candace Owens laid into her for not backing out and saying that you are going to, separate yourself from this brand. And now Balenciaga, they've obviously apologized for it. They put out their own statement saying that they made a mistake. It was huge, and it was an oversight on someone's behalf, right? Someone. Obviously, multiple people have to have seen that ad before it came out, but someone ultimately was in charge, and they completely missed it. Well, they're now filing a $25 million lawsuit against the production company of the people who put it together.
Stop it right now.
Well, the truth of the matter, there's some truth to this. The fact that when you are a brand, especially that of that magnitude, you have the money to put in, but you hire people to come and do what they do. There's no way you can do it all. You actually don't even have they don't even have the departments necessarily to do it all. So you hire people, right? You hire a production company or whomever. Apparently the production company said that these were just old files, fake files, but turns out something was actually real. And so Balenciaga sort of took their word for it, according to what they're saying.
Now, look, this is very much your area of expertise here. We're talking the fashion game and everything. Mm-hmm. There has to have been a number of eyeballs and hands that saw those pictures before they went public.
Yeah.
There has to have been.
Absolutely.
You mean to tell me nobody put up the red flag and go, no, we can't do this?
Yeah, but if you are, no, I agree with you. But if you are, so say for instance, I used to have a friend who was one of the designers, and actually not only a designer, like physically you design things, or you write it or draw it out or whatever, but would actually put together the garments for Forever 21, the brand. And the company is so large that you put people in place, like you look them over, you see what are they capable of doing the job that they're doing, and if you seem like you have the wherewithal to do the job, then you sort of let them take it from there. You know our brand, you know our style, and I'm sure there's a couple of people, like a manager, quality control, yeah, they're a manager, supervisor, or something like that, who you have to send your work through. But the company itself is so big that the VP or the CEO, they're not looking over every single style before it's placed onto the internet, right? You have people in place for that. So Balenciaga, of that magnitude, right, they probably have other people in place, again, such as the production company. I don't know how long they've worked with them. Maybe they've proven to do well, in the past, something like that. But, and I'm not saying it's right. I'm just talking about the different things that come into play, the pieces of the puzzle that are all there when dealing with something like that.
We're only talking about the hierarchy per se. I'm just wondering, if you hired a production company to do photos for your brand, and you gave them some form of autonomy, if you will, to create product for your brand, how can you thereby sue the production company that you contractually agreed upon them having autonomy to put out product for your brand?
Well, I think it goes something like this. If said production company says that they provided fake documents in this photo shoot.
Okay, see, that's different.
And now your brand is being tarnished. Now you're getting all this backlash. I mean, you've lost a lot of money, I'm sure, and future money you can probably even count on, right? Mm-hmm. Or that you may have been able to count on, that you can no longer do. That, to me, says now you have a lawsuit on your hands.
Okay.
Yeah,
if the documents aren't real or fake or artificial or whatever.
Were said to be not real, but turns out to be that they actually were. They were valid documents from some case.
I think this is just a legal team going, file the lawsuit. It'll make us look better. We may not get a dime from it, but it looks good that we are suing someone saying we're not responsible.
That could be a part of it. The other part is real. Listen, we lost money.
They definitely lost money.
They lost money.
Some are boycotting. There's probably 5 black people in the country that are boycotting Balenciaga. Maybe 4.
Well, there are other companies that are about to lose some money, in my opinion. Quite possibly, there are 4 black women who are suing L'Oreal and some other companies claiming that their products caused them to develop cancer. And so, yeah, it's a big deal. L'Oreal, I mean, you know what? I've heard this long ago, that in Europe, there are hundreds and hundreds of products that they've banned in their beauty products that the U.S. still includes in their products. Wow. There are hundreds. So like when you come across a beauty brand or some sort of like healthcare brand that is natural, we don't pay enough attention to it. Number one, they are definitely more costly, and nobody wants to do that when you know that getting this, other well-known brand, it gets the job done. It's worked for you in the past, but it has all these other chemicals to it that a lot of the times they hide, which apparently may be the case with this. Do you remember that big lawsuit with Johnson & Johnson for their talcum powder? It was a huge lawsuit years ago where they were sued. I mean, it was, I'd have to find the number, but because they hid cancer-causing chemicals in their products. So I'm sure there are other companies doing this, but you don't know to sue or you don't know to kind of go after them unless something happens to you, which these 4 black women have.
Do you think that women would stop using a product if it came out that there are cancer-causing agents in the... No.
That's part of what I'm saying,
though.
No,
I ain't gonna stop. Stop it right now.
Well,
matter of fact, there's animal testing with this stuff too, and they still do it.
Some of them, but then they started. Well, now animal testing is frowned upon, so a lot of companies will put that on their brand. They're like, no animal testing, no parabens, no aluminum. Like, there's different things that they say on their brands, which is helpful and that's great. But I think my fear is what you've said. Like, if it's worked for me for 10, 15, 20 years, but you find out now that there are some chemicals in there that they're hiding, are you going to stop now when it's been working for you all this time?
But sometimes we're not going to know until decades later.
That's true.
Somebody said to me the other day, don't put the cell phone directly to your ear.
This is a fact.
Oh, well, you believe that too?
Oh, no, it's not a belief. It's a fact. Cell phones, listen, if you have an iPhone and you go into, we talked about this. Remember, okay, Andy pointed it out. Do you remember when I came in?
Of course he did.
No, he's not. It's not a conspiracy. It's in your settings. They talk about, you have to find it. I'll find it. They go and tell you in their words, of course, something that you'd have to break it down in layman's terms, right? But in their words, they tell you that the radiation, there's a certain amount of radiation that comes through the phone. And so it's obvious you're not supposed to put the phone to your ear for a long period of time. So you need headphones or you need to put it on speaker or something like that because it's true.
So if everyone knew this information we're talking about right now, what percentage of people will stop using a cell phone to their ear?
I think you'll be more aware of it. I think people would be more aware. I do think that there is a product that I researched this stuff. When it was causing that I have a case on my phone now, but when it was causing something on my fingers, I was like, let me look into it. And there's a product that if you put it on your phone or if you put it in your house, it diffuses or it intercepts some of the radiation so it doesn't come to your body.
That is a conspiracy if I've ever heard one. Andy, calm down in it.
We're not. Okay, Andy knows what's up. We are not even done with this conversation. We're going to continue it on the other side. Right now, it's news and traffic. You're still inside the Raw Report. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
Nighttime is the right time for Danny Morrison on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Mike Island, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. The Senate is passing a landmark same-sex marriage bill. The Respect for Marriage Act was passed on Tuesday afternoon when 12 Republican senators voted along with Democrats to advance the bill, which recognizes gay marriage nationwide. Home prices fell in September compared to what they were in August. That's according to the latest reading from the S&P CoreLogic Case-Shiller Index. They dropped by 1% across the country, which marks the third month in a row of declines. The city of Houston lifted a boil water notice, but kids still didn't go to school today. The emergency notice was ordered after a power outage caused a drop in pressure. The all clear came this morning, but it was too late to get the kids back in class. And that's the latest. I'm Mike Island from your 24/7 news source, the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
The holiday season is here, and if peace and quiet is at the top of your wish list, you'll love Casper's selection of mattresses. Save up to $800 online or at a participating store near you. Exclusions apply. See casper.com/promo.
Don't talk. Just listen. Listening is life-changing. As words become increasingly weaponized and politicized in our community and in our country, sometimes it's easier not to listen, But charitable listening is an act of generosity, a sign of respect.
Just listen.
When we listen actively, we surrender our own assumptions and notions to make space for the ideas of another. In times of turmoil,
just listen.
Listening is the only way forward. Thank you for listening to KBLA Talk 1580. Talk 1580. Talk 1580. Talk 1580.
Listen.
Life is uncertain. It's okay to feel stressed, anxious, worried, or frustrated. It's normal. With CalHope's free and secure mental health resources, it's easy to get the help you and your loved ones need when you need it the most. Call our warm line at 833-317-4673 or live chat at calhope.org today.
KBLA Talk 1580 invites you to join us in celebrating the season of giving by being part of the solution. As we enjoy great food, family, warmth, and well wishes in whatever our festive tradition may be, we share the beauty of the season by reaching out to the less fortunate. Please help us to help others with the KBLA Cover the Houseless Cozy Community Coat and Blanket Drive. All you have to do is drop off new or clean, gently used winter coats and blankets in the KBLA lobby during business hours. Now through December 20th, all of the coats and blankets will be donated to unsheltered individuals and families experiencing houselessness. Simply bring your donation to 4434 Crenshaw Boulevard in Los Angeles, near Vernon Avenue, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. weekdays. That's 4434 Crenshaw in historic Leimert Park. During the holidays and every day, let's remember, we keep us safe. We keep us warm. We are the safety net, and together we can cover the unsheltered. Get caught up in the spirit of the season, the spirit of love. Make a difference with your friends at KBLA Talk 1580.
When you're the victim of a car accident, who goes to bat for you is crucial. We're MVP Accident Attorneys, the personal injury pros. Hiring the right law firm can be the difference between a rewarding settlement and striking out. Our team is in it to win it, and we'll fight to get the maximum compensation you deserve. Call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys at 833-MVP-WINS for your free consultation. Call 833-MVP-WINS.
Call on me, your MVP.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
Roll Charmin ultra strong when you drop in the beat. It cleans with way less effort on your seat. Yeah, roll it, drop it. Yeah, roll it, drop it. Okay. Charmin flows extra strong from the road. Your butt hella clean while you're sitting on the bowl. Yeah, it's all you need for that bathroom groove. Get you in and out without nothing to prove.
Charmin Ultra Strong cleans better so you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
KBLA Talk 1580 is pleased to announce a can't-miss community event.
It's a celebration.
Welcome home, Mayor-elect Karen Bass.
You gotta be kidding me.
On Saturday, December 10th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., join KBLA Talk 1580 in Leimert Park at the intersection of Leimert and Vernon for this free public event as we celebrate Mayor-elect Bass's historic victory. There'll be entertainment, food trucks, and a diverse array of vendors, along with attendance and participation from community leaders, elected officials, celebrities, business owners, and other notables. KBLA Talk 1580 will host Mayor-elect Bass on the main stage at 11 a.m. as we reflect on the importance of this moment and what it means for the Black community, women, and all Angelinos who believe in the limitless potential of our amazing city. We look forward to celebrating with Mayor-elect Karen Bass and you, Saturday, December 10th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the intersection of Leimert and Vernon. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
We gon' celebrate your party with you. Come on now.
You're listening to the Danny Morrison Show exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm a hustler, baby.
This is about that hip-hop. That's all we do. Come on, let's go.
No heartbreaks, setbacks. If I crap out, I'm sure I'ma get back. I've been through the ups and downs, you know I get around. So to me, it's all a part of the game. If I ain't the cold man, What a dope man, I'm almost for sure, man. I gotta take it, no need to say shit. I'm gonna take it. Robberies turn homicide, it's nothing to play with. Make money, make money. When shit hit the fan, we'll take money. Southside, beef with the best of them, done shot at the rest of them. Yeah, checks I'm collecting them, check, boy, I'm finessing them. Big bags of bread, boy, you fuck around, put a big bag on your head for the weather, break your dead. Let's get to it, then we'll do it like we do it. Cop it, whip it, bag it, flip it. We up, G'd up, what up? Running around this still not giving up. Hey, when it come to that paper, there'll be no complications. That's right. Put a hole in the right in front of you, your heart.
You were checking out the Danny Morrison Show on KBLA Talk 1580. I miss 50. I miss him. Musically.
Wait, who is that?
Isn't that 50? Yeah, I miss him. So I'll ask you real quick and we'll jump back into the raw. Where you got him?
50? On the list?
The all-time list. Do you have 50 top?
No.
20?
Oh.
That's what's crazy. You probably don't.
50 has never been one of my favorite artists.
Okay.
Never.
But
He's had some songs that I'm like, all right, cool. I do not have him anywhere in my playlist.
But he dominated the game for like 3-4 years then.
Yeah, but not my game. Not my game. Mm-mm.
Wow. I just find it strange. I'm thinking about my top 10, top 15. I'm like, ooh, 50's down there.
Yeah, no, he's I've come to appreciate him much more as an executive than for his music. You know, and so I like him right here, right now. I would actually include him in my top executives.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
Who's the top hip hop executives of all time? I'm assuming Jay-Z's number one.
Yeah, that's such a great topic though.
Diddy right there.
Diddy is definitely up there.
Dr. Dre right there.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. These guys are great, but for different reasons, because you have executives, you know, like Diddy. He did obviously hip hop music, but then he went over to fashion, right? Yeah. Not necessarily a fashion, and then he did beverages like liquor and stuff like that, which is great. But when you think about 50, well, 50 did the big vitamin water. He did that. That was a big deal for him. But also, he did some books that were pretty popular. And then now the movie or the TV game, I think it's really big for him. So like, I think there are different kind of executives that we could pay attention to. But we've listed a few of them that are in the top.
I'm gonna save it. That's my 7 series on Thursday. We're doing our verses. I'm gonna give you that 7 series. I'm gonna give you the top 7 hip hop executives of all time. There's a few I haven't mentioned. I'll put them in that list.
All right, that should be pretty good.
And by the way, BET, if you're paying attention, 50 Cent is leading the Stars Network, all of his shows. Grab him and put them on your network. I know they're mature, so they probably wouldn't take it.
BET Plus could take it.
They need to do it. They need to make that deal today. They need some legitimacy over there.
I think BET Plus is doing a pretty good job.
Okay.
They're doing a pretty good job.
Don't go to Zeus, Peter.
he won't go. I don't think Zeus has enough money for him, but they're doing well. Zeus has money, but I don't know that's the. They should. I'll be clear about this. They should go that route.
Yes.
I just don't know. And someone could, like 50, could take that network into a whole new trajectory.
That's exactly right.
That would be fantastic if they did it that way.
It'll give them legitimacy immediately.
Yeah.
They need to make that deal today.
Yeah, because right now it's unfortunate the way that they're being looked at. I mean, it is content, and it's content that people are watching. It's just not. They need to cross over, and they need something and someone pretty big to cross over.
They don't have a hit. Like,
Right.
What's the biggest show on that thing?
I don't even know. I don't even know.
They need a hit.
Back to the Raw report. So we were talking about the lawsuits that are going on. Basically the 4 black women. There's a woman who says she's 28 years old and now she had a hysterectomy, can no longer even bear children. So that's unfortunate for her. I guess we'll wait and see what happens with them, and if who wins, in this lawsuit. Will it be L'Oreal and the other companies, or these 4 black women?
Robin, I'm not a doctor nor a lawyer by any stretch of the imagination, but how do you prove that those cosmetics caused her cancer?
Well, the same way that it was proven against Johnson & Johnson for the talcum powder, that they have hidden chemicals, the cancer-causing chemicals. So if you get, if you do hire, people, I don't know who's going to be, some pharmaceutical company or something like that, there's a way to prove it, I guess. And then I guess more so than anything, they need to prove if that in fact is cancer-causing. They need to prove that it's been hidden, that they're not putting that information on the, products, on the labels or whatever. They need to prove that. And then, I'm not sure. Maybe to see if there are other women who've come forward, other women who have, suffered, cancer as well from these products. I'm not sure.
I think you just gave how they could prove it.
Yeah.
If you have multiple women that are suffering from the same illness, and also there's documentation that they're not letting the public know about, and you can prove that it was hidden, you got a case.
Yeah, it could be. But then I wonder, how do you prove that these 4 women how do you prove that it's these products that you're using that actually cause the cancer?
And that's what the lawyers are going to say. Our heart goes out to these women that are battling these illnesses, but you can't tie that to us.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. But, again, we will keep our eyes and our ears open for that. Now on to a question of the day. And I wonder if you would like it. I think this is something that Danny is finally going to like.
It's a relationship based.
Kind of. Yes.
Let go.
There is a woman who she's on this show. She's being interviewed and she's talking about. Well, I'll let you hear from her and what she's talking about. Let's see what you say about this.
I have a certain type, but I was taking that advice where people would tell me, "Listen, girl, you need to kind of like relax your ideal guy,
Your type,
right, and." Really date a man who's
there?
extremely invested in you and things like that, right? It was a guy like I met. I would say he's the most like thoughtful man ever. Know how to treat a black woman. Extremely sweet, supportive. But the problem was I wasn't physically attracted to him. So
sound effects.
There was sexual challenges there, right? Homie was all for it, and I'm just like,
that's not a challenge. You didn't want to do it.
Right. So. Here's the deal. Question of the day. Is it worth it to forego someone who could be absolutely perfect for you because you are not instantly sexually attracted to this person? Or do you need to have the full package, and do you hold out on someone who could possibly be perfect and balance your life perfectly because you're waiting for the entire package?
I have a personal story that ties perfectly with this.
Story time with Danny. Let's go.
There was a young lady in my past that when we first got together and met, she wasn't in the best of shape, but she checked off every single box for me. Driven, intelligent, educated. She was an outdoors woman, God-fearing, maternal. I could just name all the things that I loved about her. But
she wasn't the size.
A little larger than I go for. So what did she do? The minute we started talking, she joined my gym, started eating the same way I did, and she lost that weight in like 6 months. I was like, you know what I'm saying? We might get married. We broke up 2 months later, but...
It didn't last long.
2 months later. Because somebody better came along.
Oh, Danny Morrison.
I'm being honest.
Somebody better came along.
But.
Oh, man. Okay.
I can't deny. In the back of my mind, I'm like, that might be the one. That might have been the one.
Okay, so you gave this girl the benefit of the doubt, even though she was heavy. Okay, so maybe that's an interesting take on it because weight can fluctuate. Right? Weight can come off. You can put it on as well, obviously. But I guess for you,
be easy on me. She getting ready to go in on me. Y'all see that? I guess for you, you loser. You superficial loser. I guess for somebody that's just, as empty as you, Mr. Morrison. I guess. Go ahead and say it. Go on, put me out there.
That's not necessarily where I was going with it. I was going to say that you find women who are not in the best shape, you're not necessarily attracted to. Is this true or no?
But that's not true.
Is that not true?
A woman doesn't have to be a hard body to be with me.
If she's out of shape, let me say that. Not maybe not fit, but if she's out of shape, it's not an attraction for you. Someone like
it's
you.
not a sexual attraction for me. Just
Got
like
it.
she was just saying. She wasn't sexually attracted to me.
Okay, so then it's fair. So what we're saying is fair. So basically you gave that woman the benefit of the doubt and still started to talk to her, even though she was not necessarily the size that you prefer. So
and what made it even better, she did it on her own.
Mm-hmm.
She turned it around. I didn't say, if you lost that weight, you know what I'm saying? I never did that.
Well, that's good.
And I said, I might marry that woman. A couple months later.
So it didn't work out, but you gave it the benefit of the doubt. So you would say it's still worth it because weight, again, you can change, but maybe looks. What if a woman or a man is not attracted to that person's looks?
Oh, if she ugly, she ain't got no chance with me.
Y'all, no. Okay, so
if she ugly,
oh my gosh,
we ain't going out.
Okay, so I'm saying if she's perfect for you in every other way, literally perfect for you,
but not cute.
Okay, right.
I wouldn't be sexually attracted to her.
So then there is no dating. All right.
Are you asking me have I ever hung out with a woman that wasn't attractive?
Not hung out, dated.
No.
Okay.
I have. So I'm a bad guy. See, y'all making me look like the bad guy tonight.
I'm just. It's
if
an
I've
opinion.
never gone out with an ugly woman, I'm a bad person.
It's just you have standards and. It's okay. It's fine. But this is your. Would you would you tell other people to give them a chance?
The older I've gotten, the more understanding I've gotten. I'm not as shallow as I used to be.
Okay.
And to be honest with you, most men are.
Yeah, this is true. I thank you for that. That was the question of the day. When we come forward, we have the motivational moment of the night. I'm actually really excited about this one. I can't wait to tell you about it on the other side. It's KBLA Talk 1580. Stay right there.
From Bakersfield to Los Angeles. From middays to nighttime. Like George and Wheezy, Danny Morrison is moving on up at KBLA Talk 1580.
UC academics picket campuses in the largest strike of the year. Maisha Cairo here with your K-Black Minute News, brought to you by CaliforniaBlackMedia.org. Around 48,000 academic workers at all 10 UC campuses went on strike mid-November, shutting down classrooms and research labs in the largest employee walkout at any academic institution in history. The postdoctoral scholars, teaching assistants and associate instructors, grad student researchers, and academic researchers are represented by the United Auto Workers Union in contract negotiations with the UC system. Bargaining has been going on for months, and while UC officials recently called for third-party mediators, negotiations continue without one. Generally, students are supportive, although some classes have been canceled, and students are reported to be walking out in honor of their educators.
When you're young, life is full of choices. Don't let opioids like highly addictive and deadly fentanyl take away your life with just one wrong pill. Addiction is a disease that can affect anyone at any age. But there is a choice to get help for this disease. Find medically proven treatment options, including virtual, at ChooseMat.org.
On Saturday, December 3rd, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., come out and enjoy a free community health fair, co-sponsored by Pleasant Hill Baptist Church Health Ministry and the Central Neighborhood Health Foundation. The fair will be held on the church grounds at 2009 West Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, with free health screenings, refreshments, jumpers for the kids, a visit from Santa, entertainment with a DJ, free food giveaway for the first 100 people who attend, as well as raffles and other prizes. There will also be be open enrollment health insurance representatives present. Attendees can get free blood pressure, glucose, HIV and STD testing, a dental screening, fluoride varnish, COVID testing, vaccines and boosters. Flu shots will also be offered. Housing navigation, mental health support, and education services will be available. Don't miss this free community health fair. Tell somebody and receive the gift of preventative health services this season. See you all on Saturday, December 3rd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 2009 West Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard in Los Angeles.
At Cedars-Sinai, we're honored to be named the #1 hospital in California and the #2 hospital in the nation in U.S. News and World Report's Best Hospitals Honor Roll. We're also proud to be named #1 in 6 specialties in Los Angeles. Thank you to our physicians, nurses, academic leaders, and thousands of other team members who bring their best to Cedars-Sinai every day. Learn more about our top-ranked care at cedars-sinai.org.
Real talk, real time, the gospel truth. You're listening to the Danny Morrison Show on KBLA Talk 1580.
Still smack dab inside the Rob Report right now. What else we got going on?
We got to jump into this because this is so good. Alex Banayan, I've talked about him before. He is the youngest best-selling business author in American history.
Wow.
Yes, he has a book called The Third Door. I've talked to you about it, but I'm going to give you a quick synopsis before I get into this video. This is the book, The Third Door. Life, business, success. It's just like a nightclub. There are always 3 ways in. There's the first door, the main entrance, where 99% of the people wait in line, hoping to get in. The second door, the VIP entrance, where the billionaires and the celebrities slip through. But what no one tells you is that there is always, always the third door. It's the entrance where you have to jump out of line, run down the alley, bang on the door 100 times, climb over the dumpster, crack open the window, sneak through the kitchen. There's always a way in. Whether it's how Bill Gates sold his first piece of software or how Steven Spielberg became the youngest studio director in Hollywood history, they all took the third door. So this is Alex Banayan. He went on a whole journey of trying to talk to all these successful people. He successfully sat down with he was a college student and found a way to talk to all these successful people, and they all gave him the story on how they made it, and they all pretty much used the third door. Wow. They figured it out, their way to success. Well, one of the people who he spoke to was at one point, I think he was the former president of Microsoft. Chi Lu is his name. And he spoke to him. I remember the book and the story about him talking to him. Such a great one. But he gives a story about Chi Lu, and this is where he is discussing what Chi Lu thinks about luck. Okay, so let's get into this one real quick.
And I said, what have you learned about luck? And he's like very wise. He like sits back in his chair and he's like, luck is essential to success, but no one understands the way it works. And I was like, huh. And what he told me is that people think luck is completely random. Chi's belief is that luck isn't random. It's almost like a bus that keeps showing up at the same bus stop over and over and over again. So if you miss one opportunity, don't fret, there'll be a next one at another point. But if you don't have the right fare in forms of your preparation, you'll never be able to get onto that bus no matter how many times it comes to the stop.
Ooh, preach.
And what he said is, luck is like a bus. If you're not prepared, you won't be able to jump on. So I turned the question.
Oh my goodness.
You don't have the right fare.
Okay, this is deep for so many reasons. Number one, everyone, we've heard the sayings before that luck is when preparation meets opportunity. Well, yeah, but people think that luck is just like sort of that one-time swing, right? And that the pendulum won't swing back. It just goes and it gets stuck there and you've missed it, right? I love Chi's outlook on this, where he says, no, luck actually is like a bus. It will come again, right? At the same stop, it's going to come again. However, you need to have the fare to get on the bus.
Come on.
Because no matter how many times luck comes to you, if you are not prepared, if you are not studied up, if you are not ready, if you don't have the fare, you can't get on the bus.
If you ain't got to get ready if it stay ready. as they say.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, and so that actually, it deeply affects me. You have no idea, because I think for so many of us, and Lord knows I can go over story after story after story on how many times I've wished something into my life. But at the same time, when something has come my way, here's the thing, I've had many buses come by my way. I've been there so many times where the most unlikely things happen to me, the most uncanny things. It's just like, how did that opportunity show up at my door, just fall into my lap? Many times I wasn't ready. Many times I wasn't ready, and I kept hearing people say, you got to know what you want. You gotta be ready. Because I used to be this super wild thinker. I am still a very wild thinker, but people over the years, they've helped me to figure out that you have to narrow it down a little bit and focus on this one thing, master that, and then you can move on to other things. Took me a while to get there, but I kept having opportunity after opportunity. Well, here's the thing. I started to realize that if I got mentors along the way and learned along the way and prepared myself along the way, that when the opportunity came, I would actually be able to take a hold of it, and it would move me to my next level. Did
those mentors have to have been there, done that? People that have actually excelled in whatever their craft, whatever their genre they're in?
I think in some way, shape, or form, yeah. So like, for instance, I've had mentors pretty much in the whole entertainment field, but there are mentors who I've had that I've learned certain things from that have nothing to do with the business part.
Yeah.
It taught me something else. I learned something like that was super profound for my life, but didn't have anything to do with the world that I'm in right now, for instance, or something that took me to the next level. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Makes sense.
Yeah. So, that's just me. And now I'm in a position where I'm passing that forward. So I think I'm going to take that. I'm going to probably use this and say, it'll come, don't worry. Opportunity is going to continue to come, but you got to be prepared for it.
I respect the terminology. I respect what the message he's trying to put out. I just don't believe in luck. I think it's all God. I'm all divine intervention. And I think that if you show God that you're on the right path and you were prepared to receive that blessing, he'll push you in the right direction and bring that blessing to you. And I think you have always been on the right path. And that's exactly why those blessings and even people come to you on a regular. That they should be immersed within what you got going on, because you are an angel. You provide a light for a lot of people. So these aren't lucky situations that you're encountering. This is God saying, go see Robin. Go see Robin. And even when opportunity comes to you, he goes, now Robin, go see them people. Why? Because you're ready. That's the way I see life.
Yeah, no, I think that's an interesting take on it. And I hear you. And I think that, we all sort of, we play with these words a lot, and I think the undertone of it is all kind of the same. I'm not going to disrespect God, but people would say that me thanking the universe is disrespecting God.
They hate when you say that.
People hate it, but guess
what? It's a spiritual thing. I'm in connection with the universe right now. Boy, if my mother heard you say that, she'll slap your face.
I know. Well, Mama, don't slap me now, because Mama, please don't slap me. I'm just saying.
All praise to God.
But isn't God over the universe? Didn't God create it all?
I think God might say, if we're giving credit to luck, you're disrespecting him, though.
I don't necessarily see it that way, but that's just me.
But that's just me.
And that was the Raw Report for
that. Great Raw Report. Fantastic. 1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, we'll take some phone calls. Jerry's been on hold since the birth of Christ. We will get to him, and also take do some Upon Further review clips. We'll get to him tonight. Danny Morrison Show, KBLA Talk 1580. Right now, news and traffic. Stay there.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Mike Island, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. The Senate is passing a landmark same-sex marriage bill. The Respect for Marriage Act was passed on Tuesday afternoon when 12 Republican senators voted along with Democrats to advance the bill, which recognizes gay marriage nationwide. Home prices fell in September compared to what they were in August. That's according to the latest reading from the S&P CoreLogic Case